Steve, as we see, Elliot is a dynamic young man, and this role is very complicated, as we discussed, and he came through an open call. What was it that you saw in him that you knew that he could not only handle the material, but be solid enough to give you the performance that you need?
There was a stillness in him, you know. When I first saw the tape, it was like a tape of a group of people. There was a stillness in him. So it's like you were fascinated to know what he was thinking. And at a certain point, you thought you knew what he was thinking. And if you didn't, you tried to turn your sort of attention to his face to find out what he was thinking. He had you. He had this sort of almost like silent movie star quality where your perception of him is a want. You know, you want to know what he's thinking. You want to there's an empatheticness towards him, and that's a movie star quality. You know, I imagine he's interesting even when he's eating cornflakes. You know, that kind of way, effortless.
So, Steve, when you were picking your projects, how did you settle on this particular period for a piece you wanted to explore? There is racism, arguably, lines throughout all moments in history, but what was it about World War II and the UK at this moment?
First and foremost, I'm not interested in racism. I have no interest in it. It's not of any interest to me. You know what I mean? It's about that particular period. You know, we have to deal with it, but that's not our thing. You know, our thing is living and surviving. That's what we do. That's what we've done. That's why we're here. And our ancestors before us are here because that's what got us here. So, you know what I mean? It's incredible, isn't it? That we are here because of people who have survived. And we owe it to them now to thrive. You know, we owe it to us to thrive, not just survive, but to thrive. And with Elliot, this story for me was about him thriving, about his odyssey, about him making the decision to change his narrative. He was put on the train to go to somewhere in the countryside, wherever, and to be evacuated. But he made the decision that no, that's not going to be my narrative. I'm going to change my narrative. And he jumps off the train. So many of us here have changed the narrative because we were put on a train and sent that way. And we said, no, we're jumping off that train. And that's exactly what Elliot did. He had self-determination. He jumped. He didn't know where or how he was going to land, but he thought to himself, you know what? It's going to be my decision and not anyone else's decision of how I continue in the course of my life. And that was it. That's what this picture is about. And it's about him going home and finding home. And at the end of the day, this really, finding home is love. Finding home is love for his mother and him. That's what this picture is about, love, L-O-V-E. There's a foundation of it. And like I said before, without that foundation, I can't do anything else. Set pieces of, you know, explosions or the flood or whatever, Café de Paris or whatever, all this great, wonderful stuff. It's nothing without this simple thing of love. Nothing. That means it has no basis.